Well, hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Pink Lady Presents It Ain't Over Till You Say It's Over, a program that's filled with lives well lived. My partner, Chaplain Dove Cohn, say hello, dear.
Welcome to the show, folks. Welcome.
Today, I am especially really happy because I'm welcoming a very, quote, young friend that I met a few years back, who is a charming lady and who is doing something for the community of baby boomers and seniors that a lot of people don't do, and that is to keep them occupied, busy, active, productive, and creative by what she does. So I'm going to let her tell you all about it, though. I'd like everyone to meet Max Isenberg. Yes, a lovely young lady. Hello,
Okay.
Max.
Thank you, Pink and Dove. It's delightful to be here.
Thank you.
And yes, you're absolutely right. We've got to keep our seniors busy and productive.
Well, you
Be-
especially, first of all, let's just find out a little bit about you.
Absolutely. We've lived in the Valley since 1975.
Wow,
Moved
that's-
here
wow.
from New Jersey.
Okay.
I'm a Jersey girl. I have 4 children and 5 grandchildren.
Uh-huh.
Kind of spread out all over, although 2 of my children married live in the Valley. And the grandkids, 3 of them are outside, but 2 of them live in the Valley.
Good.
So
But
I'm
are they all
lucky.
in California?
One lives in Boise, Idaho.
Oh, well, okay.
And one is in Northern California. So luckily, we're all on the
Where in
West
Northern?
Coast.
Where
West,
in
West
Northern?
Coasters.
Livermore.
Oh, Livermore. Okay.
Livermore.
We used to have stores there that we sold.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, when I was a
okay, up
sales
in that greater Silicon Valley
Right,
area.
right. Is that anywhere near Grass Valley in Nevada City?
It could be, I don't remember her mentioning
Okay,
those.
I have a daughter up that way.
Dotted with small towns.
I know.
Yeah.
Gorgeous,
darling.
lovely area.
Gold
up
country.
there. Yes,
I love it up
yes,
there.
lovely.
And how did you get started in, well, first of all, I understand you were a computer programmer way back in what, the 70s?
Way back in the
How
early
did you
70s.
do that? How did you get into that?
Oh, I had 4 little kids, and I was bored, so I went back to school, and I worked on those big mainframe computers.
Oh, my
of course,
goodness.
how did we
Wow.
ever know there'd be little tiny ones? Well, our phone is a
Right,
computer.
right.
But I was fascinated with that, and I wish I'd kept up with it. I'm fairly good, but it seems every day there's something new that happens.
Now, how long did you do that?
About 5 years.
Okay.
About 5 years. Then we moved to California.
And then when you were here, now, you noticed, I'm sure, during those years, because this is why you started, it was called the beginning, Suddenly 65,
Right.
is that at a certain age, either you keep on because it's a natural thing for you to do, like I do. Someone said, I'll retire when I'm about 101, I figure. You know, then
Exactly.
don't
No,
bother
no,
me.
no,
not
no.
101. Okay.
I have you booked until you're 103.
Right.
I'm
Then
not
you can retire.
surprised.
Who was that? There was a
George Burns.
George Burns was booked into Caesars.
Into the palace in London until he was 100, and he said, I'm only 99. I got to keep
I
working.
love it. Well, and then so you saw that there was a need for keeping them well and healthy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
What happened was my husband and I moved out of the valley after the earthquake.
Oh.
He had a business opportunity in Las Vegas.
Oh, what
So-
to do? What?
Insurance. He
Oh,
was an
wow,
insurance
okay.
broker.
Okay.
Mhm.
So after we sold that, we moved back to the valley, and I found I had lost friends. They had moved away. They had passed on. They had other friends. They had gotten divorced. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Okay.
And I realized in looking through the internet, there were internet things for younger people, even for dogs, but nothing locally for the age 60 plus and up. And I did not know what to do with myself. So doesn't everyone start a newsletter?
Yes.
Of course.
That's
Why
what
not,
I did.
right?
Why not?
Yeah.
And that was called Suddenly 65.
And
That's
how
where
did you
that.
come across that name?
You know, I researched all kinds of names. I wanted something that would grab you.
Okay.
And I found that, so I used that. Well, last year I sold it. I don't know that you knew this, Pink.
No.
And the people that bought it stopped publishing it. And I
What
was
were they
getting...
buying it for?
I don't know. I think they thought it would kind of run itself. They didn't realize, and I know you know this,
Oh,
how
yeah.
much work goes into it, how
Right.
much research. There's a lot going on. So, I got hundreds of phone calls and texts and emails from my readers.
Right.
What's going on? We want a newsletter.
Sure.
So I started a new one. So now we're called Social Seniors.
Okay.
And the website is socialseniors.me. I couldn't get .com because that's a dating service.
Okay.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You can go on there
Right.
if you want, that's fine. But I am socialseniors.me. So if you want to sign up for the newsletter, that's where you go.
Okay.
Or if you're having trouble with that, you shouldn't. But
Right.
if you are, my email is info@socialseniors.me.
And I know I have for years been following it because you give information on where people can go have a really good time.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
well, let's go back to how you run a successful internet newspaper. Because I know that it is completely different than anything else. It just is.
Yes, it is.
Because your content has to grab them, or they're going to somewhere else. So,
Right.
first of all, what is your basic context in it? In other words, what different things do you have?
Okay. What I say is places to go, things to do, and people to meet. I mean, it's not a dating service, obviously, but people go to meet other people.
Right.
And,
That wouldn't be a bad idea, you know that.
I
could
know
start
that.
a date- I could start a dating column there.
You could, absolutely. I have so many friends that have retired.
Right.
They sit at home. They don't know what to do with themselves.
right.
And it's very sad. And I I try to find things that are free. And a lot of things are free. You
Really?
just have to get there. But that's not a problem either because people carpool. But I research everything that's going on that the 60-plus person would be interested in. And at the very bottom of the newsletter, and I put it at the bottom on purpose,
Right.
interesting places to take the grandkids.
Oh, I like
because
that.
not
Okay.
everybody is interested in
Sure.
that. I mean, my grandkids are in their 30s, so, people like that would not be interested.
No, but I would be interested in
maybe
not
for
my
your
grandkids, but my great-grandchildren who are from a year to 7.
Absolutely.
So, I
And
mean, in that bracket.
We had a fellow here yesterday who has a 6-year-old daughter.
Oh.
And we were telling him about the Skirball Cultural Center.
A lot
and
of people don't
the
know that
wonderful
this was
Noah's
kids.
Ark. the
Exactly.
program.
I
Oh.
put
Kids
skirball
love
things in
these.
there. They
Yeah.
have fabulous things.
And now,
They're-
tell me, I want to get an idea so that the people don't get a lot of confusion. You have where to go. Okay, so like, what do you concentrate on? Movies, theater, what?
Yes.
Okay.
All of
of that,
those.
all of the above.
all
right.
of the above plus
Right.
movies. And I have a lot of the libraries, which by the way are always free. They have fabulous movies. They have everything from silent movies, which people might be interested in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Is the silent theater on Fairfax still in operation?
I don't go
Yeah.
into that area,
Okay.
but generally,
Right.
because my readers are in the greater San Fernando Valley,
Right.
so
It's
I try
primarily
to
Valley,
stick
okay.
into that. But they have movies from the silent ones, like
Yeah.
Buster Keaton, I've seen.
So how do
Or-
you do that? How do you list the library that has the particular movie?
I
Oh,
I have a
good,
thing
okay.
called movies for this week.
Okay.
And they click it and they find out what's going on this week. And they have everything from that, the silent, to Oscar winning movies from this year.
Right.
So it runs the gamut.
Okay.
Sure.
I also have dancing events. And a lot of people that read the
You have
newsletter
square dancing a lot.
are interested
A
in
lot.
square
Yeah,
dancing.
yeah.
I mean, not only is it fun and you meet people, but it's great exercise.
It is.
Right.
It's
I
very
have that.
healthy,
I have walking events. People
Oh.
want to know about walking,
Mm-hmm.
and they're great walking events that I find. everything from Descanso Gardens
Oh, yeah,
to
we
things
should
up
go.
in,
Yeah.
they're gorgeous, to things up in Thousand Oaks or things in the valley.
Right.
I have garden events for people that are interested in that. I have a lot of women that belong to garden clubs.
Mhm.
I
Forget about that,
have music events. There's some very interesting music events talking about that group.
Right.
There's some very interesting things going on. I have, of course, library events.
Okay.
And, before I did the newsletter, I used to think libraries were for renting books. Not true. They
Not true
have
anymore.
lectures, they have all kinds of interesting events, plus the movies.
Right.
I find out, excuse me, different churches and temples and women's clubs, etc., will send me special events they have because they're always looking for new people to
Right.
join them. So
Okay.
I put that in.
Now, is that in a separate thing? Is that in like a religious thing?
No,
segment, or-
I try. There are two things I don't put in. Any
Politics?
politics and
I knew
religion,
you were gonna say
obvious,
that.
of
Sure.
course,
Right.
especially in this
Yeah,
day
yeah,
and age.
hello.
We stay away
Yeah,
from
we have
that.
a whole newspaper, thousands on that.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah.
that.
But what I do on the left side of the newsletter, and you would like this, Pink,
Okay.
is theater events.
Ah.
And we're very lucky to be living in this area
Yes.
because there's so many retired actors.
Oh, yes.
And they're always involved in something.
right.
In fact, yesterday I read that in NoHo alone,
Oh.
North Hollywood area,
Yep.
over the summer, with all the little theaters they
All the
have.
50-seat, 90-seat
So
theaters.
yeah, very small to large.
Right.
There are over 400 different things going on.
Right.
So this is what I report on.
Sure.
And I talk about theater events that have opened for the week or things that mark your calendar, things that are coming up in July
when
maybe.
you just said theater, I'd like to just put a plug in for one of our
Absolutely.
favorite ones is the Lonnie Chapman Theater.
Yes,
Right.
I
And
have
they
them
have
in there.
phenomenal things.
They
In
do.
fact, one of the people who write for them as well as act is Doug Haverty. And he has
I know the name.
musicals that are off Broadway a lot, plus
Yes.
naturally he tries them out at the Lonnie Chapman.
Sure.
And his daughter, Hartley Powers, was on our show. Fabulous singer. And we went
Oh, I
to
love
see
it.
a Carol,
A Carol Christmas, where all the roles were reversed and the women had the lead.
It was
instead of the
it was
men.
I
fabulous.
think I had that in the
Yeah.
newsletter.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Always,
and I
always.
wanted to mention, so it was a perfect segue to what
Yeah.
you're talking about. At the Geffen Theater coming up this summer,
Mm-hmm.
there'll be a program called Mysterious Circumstances about Sherlock Holmes. And the reason I mention it is I was at a meeting just Wednesday night, and we take groups of veterans and active duty military and families of deployed as guests of the
Oh,
Geffen
That's wonderful.
to see live theater. And we've been doing this now for a dozen
Long time,
years. It's
yeah.
a
Oh,
wonderful
that's
program.
lovely. Make sure you get me that
I will definitely
information. I
do
will
that.
definitely
Great.
put that in there
Sure.
because I'm very much into the military and
Yeah.
supporting what they
Yeah,
do.
we have
and
about
I love it.
300,000 involved in LA County
Right.
alone.
Ooh,
And our reach
that's
of the program
wonderful.
is international. We've had guests on from China, and the program's been broadcast there. And from
Japan.
South Africa, Japan.
Oh, South Africa a
Yeah,
lot.
from
There's
all
a
over the
lot of
country.
South African people in
Yeah.
the,
Interesting.
in the
Okay.
valley here.
Whole community.
good.
A
yes.
whole community.
And they're Emmy
Interesting.
Award winners, Lionel Friedberg and Diana Friedberg.
And Diane. They've done tons
Send
of
me all
documentaries.
this.
Yeah.
See, as
Good.
long as it's in the
Well, that-
greater
and-
San
and-
Fernando Valley,
Yeah,
I
one,
would.
one
Well,
of the
like-
wonderful things that our audience knows, and
Right.
we always refresh them on it, is that that's one of why we're here. It's to get information
Right.
for you, the viewing audience, but we want to ask you to help us. So you send an email to pinklady7@earthlink.net to come to see this show, you and on pinkladypresents.com.
Right.
Send us information about programs, whether they're in St. Louis or Boston or Miami. We're happy to help promote them.
So, and
that's
also,
lovely.
you have information. Where can they send information to you again? They're going to send it
Good.
to
Okay, thank you. My
Yeah.
email is info@socialseniors, all one word, .me,
Me.
and I will get it.
Now, who helps you? I mean, I know you're a one-woman whiz, but there got to be people that help you. So who
Well,
helps you?
the help comes from people that send me information and events. They send me things I wouldn't necessarily know about.
Okay.
So that's help. Talking about, if I can backtrack, military.
Yes, please.
There's a group in the valley called Wings
Well,
Over
the
Wendy's.
I
I'm
love
sure
them.
you
Yes.
know that.
Love 'em.
And I put them
Been
in
there. Yeah.
because,
Okay.
you know, these are, I guess, retired
They're all
pilots,
most
World War
military.
It started
II.
off being World War II, and
Yeah.
now they include
Now
Vietnam
they
and Korean
Vietnam.
War.
That's
Right.
right. And
Yeah.
I've been over there,
Yeah.
and it's a
They
great
are
She has
darling.
spoken. I have spoken
I've
there.
spoken there too.
And whenever she's produced musical theater, we've always
Gone
had
in.
Wings Over Wendy's guests.
Right.
That is
At the
wonderful
theater.
because these people sometimes they don't know that that's out there, and
Right.
they'd be thrilled to find it.
And they
And
have
it gives
such a
them
good time.
something to
Oh.
do. It's weekly.
It is.
At least get
Yeah,
out
they-
and go there.
And they literally meet at Wendy's.
At Wendy's.
Yes, they do.
On
When
Monday
The
mornings.
new, they meet at the new one.
The
Yeah,
new
it's
one
on
on the
Ventura
boulevard,
Boulevard.
Ventura
by
Boulevard.
Smart
By
and
Shoup
Final.
and,
Yes.
By
Culver
Shoup.
there, right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Another thing I put in the newsletter when I find them, any scams that are targeting
Yes.
seniors.
Yes.
Because
Very
you know,
important.
seniors are,
Like a couple, give our audience a couple of ideas about that.
you get a phone call saying they're from the Internal Revenue and you owe money. And you and I might realize that's a scam, but you
Correct.
know what? They're dealing with thousands of people and they're going to find
Yeah,
people.
And they do.
Give me your credit card right now to pay this bill.
Right.
You know, Internal Revenue, the government, they don't work that way.
They never
They
call.
send you
Never
a letter.
call, right.
They never call or email you.
Right.
But people get taken
Sure.
in.
And to segue from that, sitting in our chair as our special guest was Andy Kleinek.
Oh.
He's the chief of cybersecurity
Yes.
for LAPD and the state of California.
Oh, that's great.
And so whenever we hear of something and we ask our audience,
tell
if
him.
you hear, send us the information, we send it to Andy,
Yeah,
he'll
right.
deal with you directly. We don't want to be in the middle,
Right.
but we will be the switchboard to connect you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, if I ever find anything like that, people
Please.
do
We
send
actually,
me
we
that.
had it happen about a month ago. Somebody called, your social security number has to be reissued.
Oh.
We had to cancel it, and we immediately referred it, and there was a phone number.
Right.
And so he was able to follow up that day.
And there are
Exactly.
people that do go for it.
You know.
Oh, there are. It's very
Now,
sad.
Tell
I-
people,
Yeah.
if, for instance, now, I know that you help 501c3s with prices if they want to, come in and advertise.
Right.
Give me an idea, like if someone wants to advertise their event or they want to advertise their business, you have different prices that you talk to them about. And where do you, in other words, who
Where do I
pays
draw
who
the
do, yeah,
line?
and all that.
If you're a business and you're making money and you're profiting, like I have oh my heavens, I have a wonderful doctor who performs laser treatments for
Oh.
people with terrible pain, and he's doing very well with them.
Oh, good.
That's a paid ad.
Yes, it is, right.
On the other hand, I get emails all the time from like a Rotary Club, a
Yes.
service club, and
Right.
they
Sure.
say,
Right, that's
what
different.
would you charge me to put my event in? I don't charge for that
Good.
because that's what my readers read the newsletter
There you
for
go.
because they
There you
want to
go.
know
It's
about
community
it.
service.
It's community
Yeah.
service.
Which
I
is what
never,
we're doing here.
Exactly.
We're
I
introducing
never
the
charge
world
for
who
that.
don't know you to Max
That's a
Isenberg.
community service, right?
And it's not just Max Isenberg, but it's socialsenior.me
Dot me.
Dot
Thank
me.
you.
or
Yeah.
info@socialsenior.me.
Dot me.
Dot
Thank
me.
you.
Make sure you get that.
Thank
And
you,
if you
Dove.
didn't get it,
Yes.
write to Pink Lady and we'll get it to you.
Now, are any of
Absolutely.
your family in the business with you?
No, my kids all have their lives and they're younger.
Right.
They all read the newsletter and,
Okay.
they'll critique it. They'll say, Mom, you put something in there that maybe, not that I shouldn't, or there's a little typo, which,
Oh, okay.
believe me, before I push that button to publish, I'm very OCD about my newsletter.
Okay.
I will read it 5 times to find typos, so I very rarely have them.
Did
Well,
you
I
hear
know
that?
them.
Yes.
Only 5.
Only for
Only 5.
I love it. Yeah.
But-
Well, tell me about, you do the newspaper. I know that, and your whole life is that. You also had time to write a book. And the book is called Who Took my chocolate cake. I mean,
Correct.
hello. It would be him.
That looks very similar.
Yeah. No,
How about
here
that?
we go.
Okay.
So, who took my chocolate cake, which I think is absolutely adorable title here.
Thank you.
And you have to tell our audience what it's about and where you got the adorable title. Who took my chocolate cake?
Well, one thing you don't know about me, I have a degree in nutrition. I've
There we
always
go.
been
See?
very
Okay.
involved with health and nutrition and how your lifestyle impacts your
It
life.
does. It does.
And I do a lot of research on that. I
Okay,
also
first I'm going to
get a
ask
lot
you,
of.
are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Are you pescatarian? Well, what are you?
There's so many
I know.
things.
I love all that. I'm a pescatarian. Someone said, a what? I said, I like fish
Fish,
and salads and eggs and, I just don't like meat and chicken that much.
exactly. I wouldn't put myself into any category. I do not eat a lot of meat
Okay.
because I just feel they add a lot of things to meat that shouldn't be there.
So,
I'm into a lot of fruits and vegetables, organic if possible.
right.
And I will tell you, the very first thing you'll see in my newsletter is Max's healthy tip for the week.
Oh.
So I always put in health and wellness tips.
Okay,
And I will
like, for
tell
instance,
you,
what's one that you're going to tell us?
what's one,
What's-
and I love this one, and this is something people should know.
Okay.
When you eat a banana,
Yeah.
don't throw the banana peels away.
Why?
Okay, heat them up in some water, and
Yeah.
don't, as soon as it starts to boil, turn it off, take it off the heat. As soon as it's cooled, water your plants with it, because
With the banana?
with the
peel?
banana peel, because there's a lot of vitamins and minerals in the peel. Of course, we don't eat
Oh.
the peel,
No.
but the plants love them.
Don't we eat them for potassium?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we do. Bananas are very good for you. I try to eat a banana every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, but the banana peel is good for the plants, so that's a healthy tip.
Okay.
I put in. So that starts my newsletter off. And I will tell you, I sprinkle healthy tips throughout the newsletter.
That's right.
And those are the most clicked on things in the newsletter.
Really?
So you see, it tells me that my readers are into health and wellness. They
Now-
want to know about that.
When you just said that, you said clicked on. How do you know what they're clicking on?
I see it. I can find that in my
Really?
back
That's
office.
So you can
Interesting.
collect the numbers.
Right. I
Based
collect
on
the
where
numbers.
they go, yeah.
I get the emails. I know who's done it, but I don't ever do anything.
No, sure.
with
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah. But as far as myself, I basically follow a Mediterranean diet.
Yeah, see
and
that?
that's just the healthiest.
Like, what do you eat for
healthiest.
breakfast?
Oh, okay. I eat an avocado on toast. And I'll add a little
heard a lot
lox
of
to
people.
it.
Oh,
Little
really?
fish.
Lox and
Little,
I love
that'll
that.
flavor it.
Okay,
That'll
never
flavor
heard that
it.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I don't even like avocados. They're not
Well,
one of my favorite
right.
foods. But why I eat them?
Yeah.
And this, I speak on health and wellness, and this
Okay.
is, I always bring this out. Why do I eat avocados?
Why do you eat avocado?
Glad you asked. They like me.
Oh.
And people don't think about this. You have to eat the foods that like you and love you.
That's true.
Why would you eat junk
Yeah.
that
No,
doesn't
no.
like you?
I get it.
And that's
I
that
get
I'm
it.
sure you do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I avocado on toast. I eat a lot of salads.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of I do eat a lot of fish. And one of the fish I eat a lot of, and I don't even particularly like this, is sardines.
Really?
You know why? They're
Okay.
extremely healthy for you. And they're easy to eat. You know, if you don't know what to do, you can open a can and put some sardines on crackers.
The only one that I like is the one that's what? No
Bo-
bones.
boneless, skinless.
sardine.
Yeah.
Boneless,
Except
skinless.
I would think that the bones and the skin is where all the protein is.
The bones,
Oh, well.
Sure.
the bones, I hate to tell you this,
That-
that's where the calcium,
Calcium,
is.
sure.
Okay.
By the way,
I know.
did she remind you of anybody?
Yes, but
Pink
I can't
has
think.
known her a long time.
Yeah, but I can't
have
think.
not. But your speech pattern
Is
is Donna Deutschman from
Oh.
Homes for Families, who's from New Jersey.
Oh, well, that's why.
So that's why.
Oh, I have to
But,
meet Donna.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's why.
They
And
build
you would like-
homes for veterans
And
and
not only-
active
wait a
duty,
minute,
and
nice.
she's been in that chair.
But she can also, when she has events, Donna,
Yes.
they do the scaling.
It's called rappelling.
Rappelling.
They use the Sheraton Universal
Right.
Hotel.
Okay.
And they bring in celebrities who actually rappel down the side, and instead of paying someone a donation for how many miles you walked, it's how you rappel down the
Right.
back down the
Oh,
hotel.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's magnificent, very
Right.
well attended.
we'll have to
Oh,
send
that-
you some stuff.
send
And
me some- I would
I'm
put
gonna do
that
that.
in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shad Meshad, who has been here, they've been responsible for over 450,000 successful suicide prevention
Oh,
of
that's
military.
They have
Wonderful.
events,
And they do
They-
an event at the Seaman Stunt Ranch.
which is free to go
And people make donations
Where
to
is
the.
that?
It's in the valley, North Valley.
See,
Near
that's
Porter
something I
Ranch.
don't know about.
Okay,
Well,
you know
we're going
what?
to send it to you.
Send
Now,
it to
aren't
me.
you glad you're here this
I
morning?
am
Yeah,
delighted
yeah.
because that's where I get my information from out
Absolutely.
there
Well,
talking.
we'll help you, and they will help all of us.
That is wonderful.
Max
I love it.
Isenberg,
Mm.
today has been delightful and informative, and that's what we like to do with everyone. No matter what age, because I feel no matter what age that you are aiming at, the boomers and the seniors, I believed, honestly, because I read your newspaper all the time, is that our younger people would like it, because they would see something that they could either ask their family to take them to, or
Absolutely.
if they have younger children, they're a married couple in their 30s, 40s, 50s, your newspaper, I think, would just be delightful for them as well.
Thank you.
So I would not limit it, and I don't think that you should limit it anymore.
Right.
Mhm.
Well,
Because
that's
it
why
is
I
a-
like
it is-
the
right. It is
title.
an informative one, and the title
Right.
is
It's social
seniors
dot me. Or you can write to her
At info
at socialsenior.me.
absolutely.
And the newspaper does come out once
Weekly.
a week.
Once a week,
Once a week.
Wednesday mornings, and our logo is "When you're too young to be old."
I
Very
love
good.
that. I
Very
love
good.
it. Really and truly, thank you so much.
Thank
Matt
you very
Isenberg.
much.
Mhm.
Everyone, go to Simple
No.
Senior
Social
Social
seniors.
Senior
Dot
Seniors.
me.
Me.
With the-
SocialSenior.me and see what we're
And sign
talking
up.
about. It truly
Right.
is a delightful newspaper.
Thank
it
you.
really is. We get it. We go to the movies from it because you
Yes.
tell everyone the good ones, and I don't waste my time
they're
with
free?
the others. And they're free. And there's a lot of free ones. And thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
Mhm.
We will see you once again with a life well lived. Max Isenberg.
Take care of it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh